Welcome to this explainer. Look, works cited pages can be stressful, I completely get it. But consider this your ultimate mission briefing to make the whole thing completely painless. Today, we're going step by step to make absolutely sure you correctly format and submit your WIA works cited page. Okay, let's dive right in and get you all the tools you need to succeed.
All right, are you ready to absolutely ace this W1 assignment? We're going to jump straight into the exact requirements to make this entire process foolproof. Because honestly, if you just follow along with me today, you're setting yourself up for a totally perfect score.
Here is our quick roadmap for the explainer. First, the WA1 mission. Second, gathering your two sources. Third, mastering MLA formatting. Fourth, grading, which is complete or incomplete. And finally, submission rules and deadline. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the WA1 mission, objective and scope. Now, it is really important to understand right up front that this works cited page, it isn't just busy work. It is literally the absolute foundation for your upcoming WA1 draft essay. Think of it as a highly curated list of the exact sources you've selected to build your arguments upon. Trust me, getting this perfectly right now is going to save you a massive headache when you're actually sitting down to write the essay later on.
Moving right along to Section 2, gathering sources, the required ingredients.
I want you to keep this specific number in your mind, 2. I like to call this the rule of 2. It is abundantly clear in the assignment guidelines that exactly 2 sources are required for this submission. No more, no less, just 2.
Let's break those 2 required sources down so there is absolutely zero confusion. Your very first source must be the specific TED Talk that you selected from the WA1 prompt. Simple enough, right? Your second source needs to be a secondary source that you have personally tracked down through the PSBC library databases. And here's the crucial part. That secondary source needs to connect directly back to your TED Talk. Why? Because your essay is eventually going to be a conversation between these 2 specific ideas.
So, the really critical takeaway here is that both of these sources, the TED Talk and your PBSC database source, must not only appear correctly formatted on this list, but you're actually committing to using them. All the sources you list here must eventually be cited in the actual body of your WA1 draft essay. It's a package deal.
Now for the execution phase. Section 3, mastering MLA format, rules to follow.
Okay, let's be real, MLA formatting is notoriously strict. It's almost like it enjoys testing our patience. But you absolutely must follow these rules to the letter. First off, ensure you're strictly using MLA format for all your citations. Next up, you need to list your sources in alphabetical order based on the author's last name. When it comes to the titles, make sure you properly italicize longer works, like book or journal titles. Conversely, you're going to use quotation marks for shorter titles, and that includes articles and your TED Talk. Finally, you just have to be meticulous here. Pay super close attention to punctuation, capitalization, and spacing. Proofread your work carefully to ensure maximum accuracy. Seriously, take your time with this part.
Now let's talk about a really common stumbling block you're going to want to avoid when wrestling with this formatting, the hanging indent. In MLA, you must ensure the correct use of a hanging indent for every single entry. Basically, the very first line of your citation sits flush against the left margin, but every subsequent line in that same citation is indented. It's exactly what gives your page that crisp, clean, readable academic look.
Let's look at what's at stake in Section 4. Grading rules, complete or incomplete.
The grading for this assignment is essentially binary. It's a very strict comparison between complete and incomplete. To secure that complete grade, your works cited page has to meet every single requirement, follow all those MLA guidelines flawlessly, and include both the TED Talk and your secondary source. On the flip side, you're looking at an incomplete if you have any missing elements, incorrect formatting, or if you fail to include both of the required sources. There is literally no wiggle room here, folks, so attention to detail is going to be your absolute best friend.
Finally, let's wrap this up with Section 5, submission and deadline. How to submit.
Please follow these exact steps when saving and sending in your file. Step 1, you must submit your works cited page exclusively as a Word document. Step 2 is your naming convention. You'll need to name your file WA1_works_cited_, followed by your last name. Honestly, I highly recommend just copy-pasting the required file name straight from the prompt to be safe. And step 3, of course, is to submit it on time.
Oh, and here is a very interesting detail to keep in mind. This assignment is anonymously reviewable.
That means your submitted work might actually be showcased as a sample in class next week. So you absolutely want to give this your best polish. Make your work the gold standard that everyone else in the room learns from.
If you're ever in doubt about how your final document should actually look, don't stress and definitely don't guess. Refer directly to the sample document provided in your course materials. Seriously, checking this sample is the single easiest way to guarantee that your formatting perfectly matches your instructor's expectations.
This next point is a serious but very straightforward reminder right from the guidelines. Review the prompt for any extra guidance, and absolutely do not plagiarize. All of the formatting and the citation work that you submit must be 100% your own effort.
Okay, please burn this date into your memory. Your correctly formatted, precisely named Word document must be submitted by Monday, June 8, 2026 at exactly 11:59 p.m. Do not leave this until the last minute. Which brings us to our final takeaway and a question for you. You've got the roadmap, you know the rule of two, you understand the strict MLA requirements. Will you put in the time today to secure that complete grade and set yourself up for a totally flawless draft essay tomorrow? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. You've got this, and good luck with your assignment.